Now you all should be able to hear me properly because, I actually have things set properly. It's amazing what happens when I actually go through and adjust my settings appropriately for when I do different types of streams. But, we're all professionals here and we all make mistakes. So here we are and back on track as scheduled. Welcome to today's stream. We are here for, once again, a little bit of something different. We're doing our continuing series of painting the miniatures for the series that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks for Fable 42. For those of you who have been following along, we are coming up on the end of Season 1, or Realms of Ukodor, which is actually the finale of the big battle is going to be tonight at 6:30 p.m. on the Fable 42 channel, so definitely be sure to check them out. But beyond that, Season 2 is just around the corner, and for Season 2, I will be participating in that season as well as a Tabaxi rogue by the name of Eclipse. Last week we painted his action pose, which we have right here for those of you who are interested. My little guy here, I'll show a better view later when I actually switch to the proper camera, but in the meanwhile, we are today going to be painting his more relaxed pose. We had in his action pose before, now here's a little bit more of a relaxed stance. We're trying something a little bit different this season since this is a very RP heavy show. We like to be able to have opportunities to showcase our miniatures in more than one light. So, without further ado, let's get some painting underway. Alright, so made a couple of minor changes to the setup in the hopes that maybe perhaps we might be able to have less of a color differentiation between everything going on here. But this is the miniature from last week. This is my action stance for Eclipse, my Tabaxi rogue. And so now we're going to go ahead and do some work on his relax pose. Just the casual, day-to-day. We're not getting ready to slaughter everything. So we'll go ahead and get going on that. Although, wow, I am so unprepared for today because I don't even have my brushes out. We should fix that. Kind of hard to paint without the brushes. All right. Though, minor details. All right. Brushes ahoy. Isn't that just exciting? Alrighty, and are you all actually getting the music here, or is that even coming through right now? Yeah, it seems like you should be getting music. For those of you who aren't aware, we're experimenting with a new software called Pretzel, otherwise known as Pretzel Rocks. They got a whole bunch of DRM-free music to be able to play in the background of streaming, so I have a license with them, just trying it out, seeing how we like it, how it works. Introduced us to some really interesting epic soundtracks the last time we were here, so that was some fun. But beyond that, if you look at the menu down below, it'll show you what track is currently playing so that you can get an idea of what this amazing sound that you're hearing in your ears is. And beyond that, if you're not digging what's playing, there actually is a means to choose the next track along the database of songs that they have there. It just requires, I believe it's like a certain number of bits or something like that to be able to change to a different track. So you are welcome to introduce me to something new if you feel like you are not digging with what we got going. But I like having some nice epic music to go along with our nice epic painting session. So just like last time, as they say, paint the way you get dressed. So we're going to go ahead and start out with fur, face, and things of that order. Last time we did this, we gave him kind of this nice, not quite, he does have black fur, but it kind of shows up nicer with kind of a nice like dark gray. So we're going to go ahead and give him a nice dark gray coat. And this mini is already pre-primed, so that's already been taken care of. So now we're ready to get some painting underway. So we'll start out with a little bit of solid black here. Few drops of solid black there, and now let's throw in maybe a little bit of brown, a little bit of tan. We are with a drop of tan. And what else did I say? Like some muddy brown. Muddy brown might go well here. Though I need to practice my good practices and actually shake this up proper first. Alright. I think the round brush we used last time did pretty good for getting that surface area coverage, so why don't we start with that guy for now. Okay, that brown came out a little too brown. Which, fancy that, how could that have possibly happened? So let's get back to more of a black. Might take some of that brown because I kind of like some of the undertones it gives us, but yeah, it's kind of like a dark gray. As you hear them, the morning bells are ringing. Alright. Last time I stalled for a lot longer before we got this going, so let's go ahead and just jump into this before I lose my nerve, because as I've, that's right, I didn't actually give my little spiel this time, so I'm really new to painting. This is now going to be officially the third mini that I have ever painted, so I come from no line of expertise or anything along those lines. I'm doing trial by fire here, and just doing what I think feels right. So, here we go. It's coming out a little too dark, I think. I think we need to lighten that up just a little bit. Maybe throw just like a hint of tan in there. Getting closer, maybe just another couple hints of tan. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, let's try that instead. A little too wet on the brush here. get all that excess off and spread it around a bit. We are really bringing out the finer details of the face now. See, that's matching a bit better now. I don't think we have any major holes or anything here now at this point. Yeah, see, that's looking pretty good. We'll let that dry for a bit while we work on the next part. I suppose should be like, let's say, arms probably. And we can go a little bit, you know, I mean, I'm trying not to get paint everywhere, but can definitely go a little bit, you know, less fine detail on these parts, just get that coverage. If I spill over a little bit, I can always paint over it. Oh man, already that face is looking great. Okay. So we got arm, Let's get the rest of that elbow there. There we are. We definitely gotta make sure we get those feet. Right, just get those legs. Yeah, this leg's looking pretty good. Let's get that tail. Go. Man, that one spot, I just can't seem to get that one spot. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So now, let's start working on armor. Came to the realization I completely forgot paper towels. Oh well. Improvise. Okay. So let's see, what do we have here? Smaller round? Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll use this guy. Now, to get that brown we want for the armor, I think last time we did a combination of this muddy brown here by Reaper. It's a lot of brown. Probably don't end up needing that much. It always never ceases to amaze me how much less is more when it comes to this stuff. It's always something with... Oh, thank you. My awesome roommate coming in with the hero roll of paper towels. This painting stuff, it being messy business. Okay, so we got our brown. Wanted to get a little bit of that tan in there. Let's throw in a little bit of red for good measure. I think what I did last time, I did a little bit of yellow thrown into this mix for the armor liner, and that actually ended up looking really nice. I'm going to try and see if I can replicate that again. Definitely one of those situations where I would advocate for, if you're going to paint multiple minis with the same look, do it all in the same session, but you know, we ran out of time last time and it's all good. Alright. Let's see if this gives us the color we want. Definitely more black than anything else. Let's get some more of that brown in here. That came out as way more of a squeeze than I meant it to. We got maybe another squeeze of brown, and then we'll throw a touch more tan and red in there. Oh, I've totally just realized you all don't even know what I'm referencing here, so let's go ahead and give you some reference. This is the wonderful artwork by our amazing artist at the World of Draw 20. He was the one who was commissioned to do all of our art for Season 2 of Realms of Ukodor. Amazing, amazing work. Love everything that they've been doing for the Fable 42 network so far. Really cool looking stuff. But this is the inspiration we're drawing from. Alright, let's take a look here and see how this works so far as a armor color. It's a little light. So somehow we've managed to split the difference on that. So let's get ourselves a little hint more black. I don't hate it. Definitely come to some interesting music listening to this stuff. God, those tiny little spots in between the legs are always the hard ones to get to. Even with a neutral standing pose. Oh god. I got so excited I dropped him in my excitement. Let's see. Get those fingertips. Let's see. Those lines are starting to look pretty good. Oh, we missed his little side bit here. Which overall looking pretty good. Now we need to give him some slight lightening because I think that maybe the armor might be just a touch too dark. That's easy enough. Do kind of what we did last time. Do an offshoot of this brown with some tan mixed in. touch more brown back in. Maybe just a hint of red. Yeah, I can get down with that. Let's see. Whoever set up the soundtrack had no idea how appropriate this song was given what I'm painting. Okay. Oh, we missed an entire side here. We can't have that. That's everything here. Now that we've got our brown, let's get that nice, actually, you know what we're gonna do next? We're gonna let that dry. And since we've given the head a chance to dry, now we're gonna get the hard little bitties. We are going to see if we can get those eyes and those teeth going. Hey, it's Chills. How's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. We are painting kitty number 2 today. How have you guys been holding up? Putting on some background noise while at work. Fun, fun, fun. Always honored to be background noise. You ready for some seafaring antics on Saturday? Fair to Midland? It's been surprisingly cool today. It's been like overcast. That was way more gold than I meant to put into that. Just getting through the maiden voyage, nice. Oh, so are you like brand spanking new to Sea of Thieves? Is this gonna be a whole new experience for you? Total noob. Alright, this will be a treat then. You're gonna get initiated real quick. I feel like I know what I'm doing after watching your streams. Great, great. Glad that was able to help you pick some stuff up. Yeah, no, a lot of the game is honestly just sort of, you know, trial by fire, both literally and figuratively. And yes, don't stand in the fire, check, precisely. If you can figure out how to not stand in the fire, you're already doing better than those of us who have put hours into the game. You'd think that would be something that one would learn after the amount of time that we've put in, but alas, no, it's just it's a thing. Standing in the fire is a thing. Alright, eyes, don't fail me now. Freaking hate doing eyes. Actually, it's surprisingly good on that one. It happens in the forest too. Don't stand in the fire? Yeah, I believe it. I still need to try that game with you guys. If you got a session going at some point when, you know, things aren't crazy, let me know. Actually, next week, since things are starting to slow down a little bit, might be a good time to give that a whirl. It's creepy for sure. Awesome. Oh no, I got some on his nose. Yeah, it's okay. We can paint over it. Well, you know. Hashtag eyes are hard. Yeah, if you and April want to get a session going sometime next week, let me know. Either that or the week after, because both those weeks, my stream schedule gets a little bit lighter because, you know, we're coming up on the end of Realms Cry, but on the other hand, that means we're coming up on the next one, but that also means that there's going to be a bit of a break in between, and I'm going to need some stuff to do. Because if I go too long without doing something, I go stir crazy. Alright, let's see if we can get some teeth going. Pure white. Where's my bone? Bone white. Skeleton bone. Oh yeah, I caught a little tidbit of what you guys were talking about in chat. I think I got distracted at one point because we had shenanigans ensuing during the game, but you mentioned something along the lines of a Fallout game of some sort you guys are getting into. If you had a PS4, I'd recommend Ghost of Tsushima. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately a PS4 is not on the docket at the moment. Although, don't get me wrong, I've been tempted for some titles, although I am excited for Horizon Zero Dawn to come out on Steam. That's super exciting, because I've been wanting to play that game for a hot minute. Man, I am just not doing well with these fine movements here. Eclipse, you're starting to look like you got a bit of a milk mustache going on here. Sounds like it's in the works for April to DM Fallout version with 5e. Nice! It's very much like Horizon Zero Dawn, just a samurai. Okay, awesome. Is that a PlayStation exclusive? Sounding like it is. For now, yeah. Seems to be the case for a lot of great titles. I am still optimistic that one day that might change. Maybe one day as we start getting out of the console wars. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of this guy's milk mustache he's got going on here. PS5 will help bridge the gap. You think so? Are they gonna start pulling a Microsoft? Well, we're getting there. Of course, now we're getting to the opposite problem where we need to get more yellow. Yeah, we're talking. That's not bad. Just add a little bit more here to finish cleaning up the mouth just a touch. It's not awful. That's what I get for trying to get fancy. Done effed it up again. There we are. All right. Yeah, I've been getting some pretty good recommendations for Halloween. I'm really excited. Last year was the first year that I tried doing the Halloween Spooktober special that I did. It was a fun experience. Definitely got some decent jump scares out of that. But also, you know, always interested in more than just that as well. I like games that have good stories to them. Might need to go a little darker with that. Now we're talking. Good. What's Eclipse's stance on geese? You know, I've been joking with April this whole time that, you know, I'm gonna have to start coming up with some recipes for goose. I'm sure he'll eventually learn his lesson, but I mean, come on. Geese gotta fly, cats gotta eat. Actually, that was a missed opportunity right there. Geese gotta honk, cats gotta eat. The backstory on Honkers is pretty legit. I can't wait until y'all get to play. Dude, I'm so excited for season 2. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, we've already started, a lot of us over on season 1 have started getting all sentimental about the end of season 1. Like, we're definitely sad to see it go, but on the same token, super, super excited for the next season and what's to come. I feel like there's going to be so much fun with this group. Alright, getting there. Has April finally gotten around to painting her other mini yet? Has she painted a goose? I don't remember. I remember seeing her miniature. Just finished it, no goose as of yet? Okay, that's a shame. That's something that'll have to be remedied at some point for sure. Oh, and dude, I did see her for the women's game at Gen Con. Now, mind you, I realize I'm biased because, you know, we all know that I have a goblin who's already stolen my heart, but holy crap, I loved her goblin character so much. Should be playing the same character for the 24-hour dungeon crawl. Ooh, oh my. Well, if that's the case, I hope she's ready to lose that character, because there's supposedly going to be a high mortality rate for that game. Yeah, I heard it's gonna be nasty. Yeah, true story, man. I mean, I'm a perpetual optimist, don't get me wrong, but I have a sinking suspicion that I'm gonna be long toast before most people are awake. And that's even with, you know, the mindset of the fact that, I'm purposely trying to build him to survive a dungeon crawl. I'm trying to give him every trick I know to try to keep him alive, but we'll see how well that ends up panning out in reality. Yeah, that's honestly one of the hardest parts when designing this character, because that's the thing is I'm sure I've mentioned this either on stream or in chat or something along those lines at some point, but I get super attached to my characters when I make them, so it's really, really hard for me to make a character that I'm prepared to lose. But I think I've finally managed to accomplish that with this guy. Like, don't get me wrong, I think he's really clever, I like his concept, we'll see where he goes, but he's someone that I feel like if he dies at the end of the session, you know what, it's okay. I can live with it. Makes sense, just make sure he has a twin. Yep, there you go. The oldest of backstory cheats. Hi, I'm his brother. It's also a class I've never played before. I've never actually played a fighter character. So this will be a first. Liking this like 8-bit heavy metal thing we got going on here. What's your favorite thing to play? Chills, you like playing more like casters, more melee? RNG. After playing Paladin for so long, it's nice to shoot from the shadows. Yep, I can see that. Yeah, it's funny. I'm going from a melee character in Season 1 to a melee character in Season 2, so we'll see how that pans out in general, but my character for the Madness one-off is definitely ranged. What about my goose now? Oh, nothing. I was totally not discussing recipes for dinner. Hi, April. How's it going? Guess Cody has to find his own dinner tonight for that one. Oh, that's funny. No, we were just discussing how excited we all are for Season 2. There's definitely some bittersweet going on with a lot of us for Season 1, but we're definitely also excited for what's to come the next season. Well, that backfired. Sorry, buddy, didn't mean to get you in trouble there. Relaxed pose Eclipse, looking good. I finished my action pose the other day. Looking forward to watching you guys tonight. Awesome, very cool. Yeah, this is the relaxed pose for Eclipse. Having some fun with him so far. Definitely am starting to get my technique down a little bit better since I've had some practice now on the last one. Also, I'm pretty happy with the eyes came out a lot better this time than they did on my, let's see if I can get the zoom here, on my previous iteration. It's still, I mean, I still have a lot of work to do in terms of eyes on minis, but I'm still pretty happy with how it came out. You said you need a goose mini. Oh yeah, you totally do. Chris is getting one, thank goodness. Maybe one inside a cauldron. Oh no. Hey, and I can't take credit for that one. That one's not me. That's funny. Eyes take practice. Breath control. You're doing good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, breath control is a thing. Also, just keeping myself from shaking is a thing too, because like you get it super close here and like the nerves start going, you start getting that little slight tremor. I still need to actually share my close-ups of the action pose, but I wanted to wait until I'd gotten both of them done before I shared the picture of both of them. I also did get some green stuff in the mail the other day. I'm thinking about possibly giving them both a cloak. Haven't decided 100% on that yet, but you know, with how cool it looks in the photo, I love to be able to implement that on the mini as well. AFK for sure, man. Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to paint after working out. The window. Yeah. Yeah, that's one among many reasons why today was not a workout day. Have been trying to get back into my regimen again, but love that cloak. I know, the cloak in the photo is so cool. I mean, I am very skeptical I'm going to be able to make it remotely as cool as it looks in that drawing, but still, I kind of want to try. There we are, it's looking pretty good. One of our players on Tuesdays has his menu with a magnetic detachable cloak. It's so badass. It takes it off and attaches his wings. That's really cool. That is so beyond what I am capable of at this point, but wow, I really want to try that now at some point, maybe on a future mini. You're giving me all these ideas, April. These are dangerous pastimes. No, but for real though, I need to come up with more excuses to use up this plethora of paint that I now have acquired. I still need to order that green flame one that you recommended, because I really like that one. I want to try and see if I can use that for Izzy. Yeah, see, that's always the thing. Like, my creativity comes in spurts. When I find something that I get like super obsessive over, it's like, nope, it's happening. It's a thing, and it just becomes like my life for the next week or so. And then my brain goes off in a different direction and I start working on the next thing. It's one of the reasons why I've come to discover I'm a bit of a multi-potentialite. I have too many tabs open in my head at the same time. Yeah, it's a thing. I was actually really glad when a good buddy of mine finally introduced me to the very notion of it, because for the longest time I was just like, why do I have such a hard time focusing or paying attention to things after, like, you know, even if I was like super into it not that long ago. But apparently it's a thing. That little bit there, doing that's looking good. Just want to clean up that line just a touch. There we are. And let's fix up just a little bit. Yeah. See, he's looking pretty darn good there. Maybe give him a little more to his hair. And just a touch of the brown into that. I'm setting up a melting gingerbread snowman violate for a photo shoot. Wow. That's involved. That sounds awesome. Is this for something in particular or just for fun? Gish scavenger hunt. Ooh. Awesome. We'll definitely have fun with that. I do hope that there will be photos of this later because that does sound pretty epic. Well, yes, I suppose you just said it is a photo shoot, but I hope that these photos will be something that, you know, folks might be able to see. It's looking pretty good. Guess now we just gotta work on that there base. I think we should probably stick with the black like last time. The black seemed to work out pretty nicely. Did the bugs playing a miniature D&D set last night? Nice. Can you bait some goose feathers on that base? Asking for the fridge. Oh my god. You know, maybe I should. Maybe I should just leave a few little white splotches on there, just as a little inside joke. There was blood on the last base. Yeah, but you know, the blood was pretty non-specific. That's a lot of blood for a single goose. Let's see. We have trust in ourselves. Sounds like it should be like a Saiyan song. This playlist is really starting to get me in the mood for tonight. I think he's looking pretty darn good. But yes. This base does need a little something on it though. It does, I mean the black looks really nice, but it does seem just a little plain. Unlike my miniature for art, I didn't get any bottles or anything fancy to put on the bottom here because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, because admittedly at the time I was still kind of figuring out who I thought Eclipse was going to be. Am I going to be in Diane's campaign? No, I am not in Diane's campaign. However, I am going to be producing that show, so I will certainly be around as a presence, but I am not going to be a character in the campaign. That being said, I am super excited for that show too. I did see your guys' Zero session for that, and that was kind of amazing. Oh wait, did I say you're? Sorry, there are too many campaigns going on right now. I'm mixing them all up in my head now. We actually just got out of a admin meeting this morning, and so I've been playing a lot of catch up and figuring out of things since the madness that was Gen Con, which don't get me wrong, that was amazing, but holy cow, that was just a lot. But also crazy with all these finales and stuff going on. Yep, I think he's in a pretty good place right now. I think I'm pretty happy with how he looks. Looks like my lines are clean and all that. What do I do with that base? It needs something. You know what? I'm gonna experiment with something, and if I hate it, then we'll just go back to painting it black. Sand? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Throw some gold on the bottom there. Yeah, there's that. That is definitely another thing. I really need to work on my my Khajiit speak for Eclipse. I thought I got finally started getting a pretty good handle of it in our Zero session, but good gravy. Trying to remember to keep things in the third person and not trap yourself in sentences trying to avoid the word you is surprisingly difficult. No, get glue and then put sand on top. Oh my god. I don't actually have any sand handy, but that's not a bad idea. Oh no, I got this one part is easy. I got this one part down all the time. It's whenever I start referring to other people. And there definitely were one or two times where I kind of backed myself into a corner and there was legitimately no word I could use other than me. But it just kind of takes, you have to kind of, even more so than you normally do in a video conference type, you know, roleplay scenario, when you have to think about something in an extra layer just to make sure you don't accidentally forget your speech pattern. And that's the other thing too. And that's actually, as much as I am sad about all the campaigns that have come to a close at this point, I am definitely glad that my docket has been reduced just a little bit, because I'm not going to lie, trying to keep track of 5 characters in my head at the exact same time in active campaigns was a little mind-boggling. Like, I mean, I know, like, you know, when you're DMing and you have like a whole bunch of ideas in the back of your head and stuff like that, that's one thing. But when you have to actively keep track of them, it's like, ugh. That doesn't really translate very well, does it? I'm not sure how well that actually translates as feathers, but I'll paint it over. I'll paint it over. Oh, I'm sure once you reveal the super dark backstory of Honkers, I'm gonna feel so bad for all these jokes, but until then you're golden. Oh, good. Oh, you see, that's the problem, is that I do want to know, but I don't want to know yet. Yeah, that just kind of looks like white splotches. It doesn't really look like much of anything. I don't think it translates very well onto something of this size. She's actually Jidobi the Lich, turned him into a goose. Oh my! That definitely took a dark turn there. Poor GW, he's a good sport about it. No, true story. I don't even know where that whole Lich joke started coming from. I want to say Griffin Co. is the one who started that rumor mill, but nonetheless, we've all definitely had a blast with it. When you look so nice, it looks fishy. Yep. Oh no, Jidobi and, you know, even for a little while, GW, to a certain point, totally did not trust Saiyan when he first joined the party. Especially didn't help the fact that, you know, earlier in the series, they had already had one PC join in who turned traitor at one point. Alright, you take those picks. And I look forward to seeing the results. Alright, I'd say that looks pretty good. You can call that a pretty solid tabaxi. Now eventually just need to think about working on that cloak for him, and then we'll call it good. But I think the cloak skin we're going to save for another time, because I need to wait for this stuff to dry. I need to make sure it's fully cured and everything, and then we can start playing with other bits and pieces. Oh my goodness. Everything broke. This is what happens when I try to push buttons. There we are. Things are fixed. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Well, thank you everyone for joining for this chill little afternoon of painting. Had some fun here. I look forward to seeing the results of those photos later April, and Cody, very much excited to have you aboard the crew for this Saturday's session. In the meanwhile, y'all, tonight's going to be crazy. You're going to have some fun with tonight's episode of The Realms of Ukodor. I'm very much looking forward to this finale and the stress and possibly tears and excitement and everything that'll concur with it. But it's going to be a good one. You'll want to catch it. In the meanwhile, thank you for letting me be your low-key entertainment for this afternoon, and looking forward to seeing where this goes once I finalize cloaks and other little accessories and stuff like that. But thanks for letting me be your low-key entertainment for this afternoon. I'll see you all tonight for the last episode of The Realms of Ukodor. Catch y'all later.